Welcome back to the Coin Lover and Treasure Hunter. If you love discovering rare coins and learning how to make money from your pocket change, you're in the right place. Today, we're talking about the most valuable Jefferson Nickel 5-cent coins from the United States that could be worth big money. Make sure you watch till the end. You might have one of these rare coins without even knowing it. Let's get started. First coin. The 1995 Jefferson Nickel, a coin that may appear ordinary at first glance but carries historical importance, collector interest, and potential value that many people overlook today. We are going to take a full journey into its background, design, minting process, condition, grading, and real-world market worth, especially focusing on coins in fine condition while also explaining why some examples may be worth more than others and how collectors evaluate these coins in the modern numismatic world. The 1995 Jefferson Nickel was minted in the United States at the Denver Mint, which is represented by the small d mint mark found on the reverse side of the coin. This coin features the familiar portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse side, a design that has been a staple of American coinage since 1938, and on the reverse side it displays Jefferson's home Monticello, which symbolizes American heritage, architecture, and the legacy of one of the founding fathers of the nation, making this coin both historically meaningful and widely recognized. When discussing condition, it is very important to understand what fine condition actually means in coin collecting. A fine condition coin is one that has seen circulation and shows moderate wear but still retains clear details in the design, such as visible hair details on Jefferson and defined lines on Monticello. Although there may be flattening in high points, the overall structure of the coin remains intact and identifiable, which makes it a mid-grade coin that is common but still collectible, especially for beginners building a Jefferson Nickel collection. In terms of metal composition, the 1995 Jefferson Nickel is made of a copper-nickel blend consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This composition has been consistent for decades and gives the coin its durability and resistance to corrosion, which is why many of these coins still exist in circulation today, even after years of use. However, because of this common metal composition, the intrinsic metal value of the coin is relatively low and does not significantly impact its market price. Now let us talk about the mintage numbers, because they play a crucial role in determining rarity and value. The 1995 Jefferson Nickel had a very high mintage with over 1 billion coins produced at the Denver Mint, which means it is not considered rare by any standard. In fact, it is one of the more common coins from the 1990s era, and this abundance directly affects its value in the collector market, especially for coins that are not in uncirculated condition. For a coin in fine condition, the value of a 1995 Jefferson Nickel is generally quite modest, typically ranging from about 10 cents to around 50 cents, depending on the exact level of wear and overall eye appeal. This means that while the coin has more value than its face value, it is still not considered highly valuable. However, it can still be a meaningful piece in a collection, particularly for those interested in completing date and mint mark sets of Jefferson Nickels. Collectors often look for special characteristics that can increase value, such as errors, varieties, or exceptional preservation. Even in a common coin like the 1995 Jefferson Nickel, errors such as off-center strikes, double dies, or unusual planchet issues can make a coin significantly more valuable, sometimes reaching several dollars or even higher depending on the rarity and demand for that specific error, which is why it is always worth examining coins closely. Another important factor is grading by professional services. Coins that are certified and graded by reputable organizations can carry higher market trust and potentially higher prices, even for common coins. If a 1995 Jefferson Nickel were found in an uncirculated or mint state condition with a high grade such as MS65 or higher, it could be worth several dollars or more, especially if it has strong luster and minimal marks, making condition one of the most critical aspects of coin valuation. The historical context of the 1995 Jefferson Nickel also adds an interesting layer to its story, as it was produced during a period of economic stability in the United States and represents everyday currency used by millions of people at the time. Coins like this were part of daily transactions, from buying snacks to paying for transportation, which gives them a cultural significance beyond their monetary value and connects them to everyday life in the 1990s. In conclusion, the 1995 Jefferson Nickel in fine condition is a common yet meaningful coin with modest value but strong educational and collectible appeal. It serves as a great starting point for new collectors and a reminder that even ordinary coins can carry history, design, craftsmanship, and potential surprises if examined carefully. Whether you are collecting for profit or passion, this coin represents a small but important piece of American numismatic heritage that continues to circulate in both pockets and collections around the world. Next coin. The Jefferson Nickel from 1997 with the D Mint mark is a fascinating piece of United States coinage history that captures the attention of collectors and casual observers alike. This coin was produced at the Denver Mint, which is indicated by the small letter D on the coin, and it represents a continuation of the long-running Jefferson Nickel series that began in 1938. The coin features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the front and his home Monticello on the reverse, and while millions of these coins were minted, their value depends heavily on condition, rarity, and collector demand, making the study of even a common date like 1997 an interesting journey into numismatics. When discussing the condition described as fine, this refers to a coin that has seen circulation and shows moderate wear but still retains clear major details on Jefferson's portrait, and the Monticello building fine condition coins are not considered rare in most modern issues. However, they still hold importance for collectors who aim to complete date and mint mark sets. The surfaces may appear smooth in places due to wear, and some design features, like hair details or steps on Monticello, may be partially worn away, but the coin remains easily identifiable and historically significant. The mintage of the 1997 D Jefferson Nickel was quite high, reaching hundreds of millions, which means it is widely available in circulation and in coin collections across the world. Because of this large production number, the coin does not carry a high premium in circulated grades like fine condition, but it still has a baseline value typically around its face value of 5 cents or slightly higher depending on demand and metal market interest. However, collectors often seek coins in higher grades such as uncirculated or with full steps on Monticello, which can significantly increase value. Value estimation for this specific coin depends on several factors, including condition, luster, surface preservation, and whether the coin has any unique characteristics such as errors or varieties. In fine condition, a 1997 D nickel usually sells for a small premium, often between 5 cents and perhaps 50 cents in certain markets, but exceptional examples or coins with errors like double dies off center strikes or die cracks could be worth much more, sometimes reaching several dollars or even higher depending on the rarity of the error. The metal composition of the Jefferson Nickel is also an important aspect to understand. The coin is made of a combination of 75% copper and 25% nickel, which gives it durability and resistance to corrosion. Unlike silver coins, which have intrinsic metal value based on precious metals, the Jefferson Nickel relies primarily on collector interest rather than metal content for its worth, which is why common dates in circulated condition remain inexpensive while rare varieties and high-grade specimens attract higher prices. Collectors often examine the coin under magnification to check for details such as strike quality and possible mint errors. The presence of the D Mint mark confirms it was struck in Denver, and careful inspection may reveal small anomalies that can enhance value. For example, a well-struck coin with clear steps on Monticello, even in circulated condition, may be more desirable than a poorly struck example. Numismatists also look for signs of cleaning damage or environmental exposure, which can reduce value significantly. The history behind the Jefferson Nickel series adds another layer of interest. The coin was introduced to replace the Buffalo nickel and has remained in production for decades with only minor design changes over time. The 1997 issue represents the classic design period before the redesigns of the early 2000s, which introduced new reverse images and updated portraits. This makes it part of a long traditional era that many collectors appreciate for its consistency and historical continuity. Market demand plays a key role in determining the value of coins like the 1997 D nickel. While it is not rare, the popularity of coin collecting as a hobby ensures there is always some level of demand, especially among beginners who look for affordable coins to start their collections. Coin dealers and online marketplaces often sell these coins in bulk or as part of sets, which can slightly increase their perceived value. But individually, they remain modestly priced unless in exceptional condition. For those interested in building a complete Jefferson Nickel collection, the 1997 D coin is an essential piece. Even though it is common, it fills an important spot in the timeline of the series. Collectors may choose to upgrade their example over time, seeking better condition coins with stronger details and fewer marks. This pursuit of quality is a central aspect of numismatics and encourages collectors to learn more about grading standards and preservation techniques. In conclusion, the 1997 D Jefferson Nickel in fine condition is a modest yet meaningful coin within the broader world of United States currency. It represents a blend of history, craftsmanship, and accessibility, making it ideal for both new and experienced collectors. While its monetary value may be low, its educational and historical value is much greater, offering insight into minting practices, coin grading, and the enduring legacy of Thomas Jefferson on American coinage. Thanks for watching.